Go over to the thingy, double check. We're almost always live, but never hurts. Cool. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Atlanick Ocean podcast, where every Wednesday we go live between 12 and 1, and we usually go till 2 or 3. And we are with Cleanup, who is the mod at House of Titans. How's it going, Cleanup?
Drew, how's it going?
Yeah. Going well, man.
Yeah, I had a busy week this week. One of my managers that was taking care of one of my locations, broke her ankle.
Oh, damn.
And she was by far probably the most responsible person there. And she broke her ankle at work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, so workers' comp?
Yep.
Damn, how did she break it? Slip?
Yeah.
Like in a freezer or something? Wet floor? Someone was mopping?
Wet floor.
Damn.
And so the tile flooring was wet, and we have this little step down, and she stepped down, lost her balance, and just
damn.
So yeah.
It's kind of good and bad for her,
It's the biggest workman's comp claim that I've ever had. So
damn.
Not great. Not a great feeling, I guess, but at least I take care of employees. So
wait, but it's not your restaurant though, right? Or do you have to deal with that?
Well, so I have to deal with that because I take profits from the restaurant.
Okay.
And so since it's profit sharing, it's partly I'm a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Like a percentage of it.
But the money doesn't come out of your wallet, right?
No. Well, so it affects profitability, which affects some of my pay.
Oh, okay.
Just like it would an actual business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so the same thing goes when when we sign people up for working or whatever, and schedule them. The more people I have on the schedule, the less profit I get, the less money I take home.
Right.
So, I mean,
damn.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it's working out in her favor. Hopefully she's having a good time on the couch, eating some chips, watching some Netflix, getting paid.
Just chilling, getting paid. Yeah. It's awesome. It's a good feeling.
Yeah. So with House of Titans, is there anything new? I've kind of been out for the last week. I'm trying to catch up with everything.
He went over gyms and other things like that. Also, he released this funny picture. If you look at him, I think it's Apex 333 on Twitter.
Let me go to screen 2. So you want me to go to Twitter?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because I redid everything, I have to re-sign into everything, and
that's the worst.
Oh, dude, it's so bad.
I mean, but it's good for your computer.
I don't think this is it.
I
hope so. It's not working any better like I thought it would. So I reset my computer. If you guys didn't know, that's my name.
You got to let it warm up.
Maybe I need to do @ Okay, well, I'll just use the other browser. That's fine. So, you wanted me to look up who now?
It should just be Apex, APEX, right. And then 333, I think. Yeah. If you scroll down,
so there
it is right there. Go up right there.
Oh, this
House Donald's. Yeah.
Welcome to H Donald's.
Yeah, the fries or the hair and stuff like that. So cool, dude.
That's actually really funny.
So he showed me that 3 weeks ago or whatever.
Okay. And is there any other information on anything? Any mint day, any mint price, anything like that?
Mint day is September 7th.
Okay.
Okay, so that's coming up.
Right around the corner, yeah.
Yeah, it's right around the corner, right? And so price, he hasn't come out with yet. I think that's this Friday.
Okay.
But it's probably somewhere between 200 and 300.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, what's going on, Andrew?
What's up, Andrew? Man?
That's a little heavier than I would have liked. But I'm always wanting a cheaper price. I think everybody probably always wants a cheaper price.
Right.
but they know
Right.
what they have. They know that they have the hype. They know that they have all the eyeballs, so they can kind of price how they want to some
Kind of.
degree.
I think because we have had long conversations about everything getting like fully fleshed out and what they want to do. And so basically, this is enough to cover exactly what they want to do for at least up to a year, if not a year and a half, to have like an appropriate runway, you know, to do the things that they want to do. And so everything's built on the 68 smart contract. So updating the art and other things like that will be a breeze. And so the cool things that they're doing with gems and this, that, and the other, like releasing art upgrades and paying for them just specifically in gems, I think is a really, really cool thing that hasn't been done yet. And it's definitely very, very interesting. And then, you know, just doing all these things a little bit differently. I can't peel back like a lot of the curtain just because there are some things uh you know that they're doing that they haven't spoken about,
Right.
but they've done things such as like season 2 is going to be more about like revenue and stuff like that. And so there you're talking about like hooking up with mining and doing that,
Okay.
other things like that. So
Maybe
again,
like a
there's not
Goofy
like,
Gophers collab or something.
I don't know, maybe there's going
That'd
to
be
be a
cool.
lot of collabs though. I mean, the one of ones are all done by different artists with their own like unique style. And I've seen some of those like behind the scenes, and they're like so cool. They're like definitely legit. And
Yeah.
so I I'm excited about it. You know, I think it's a next step. I think a good next step for NFTs on Cardano. I think, you know.
Are you like when Ape Society first came out, did you kind of see the potential in Ape Society before it minted, and were you like, oh man, this is going to be kind of one of those big projects? Or
Kind of, but the thing was the wave at the time was the Kongs, right?
right,
So as much as like I saw the potential in Ape Society, right? The money right then and there was on Kongs, right?
right.
Because Kongs minted in December and I think Ape Society in January. And so, and to me, I like it because of like the PFP aspect of it. And the problem with the Ape Society was like, well, too many of them look very similar,
Right.
right? And so it was kind of like that was the only hit, like against them or like whatever it may be. Uh,
The darker backgrounds with the
right,
darker images.
right.
Right.
And so I was just kind of like, well, I'm gonna run with Kongs, which was a great thing for a while, you know.
Yeah. Hey, I got to let you know too. When I went on my little selling spree, I listed the Kong that we bought. I
Yes.
listed the shroom that we bought too. So I don't know if it's sold. I need to reconnect all my wallets because I reset my PC. So like
Oh,
everything's
okay.
got to be reconnected.
Okay.
But I'll let you know. You know,
Yeah, yeah. If it's sold, like, could we do? You want to do 50-50 on that one then?
might as well. Yeah.
Just because that's what we went on,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever.
I wasn't willing to hold it. I was just thinking to myself, like, I did pretty well on bank, and that kind of like fixed every bad mistake I ever made. And I was thinking, like, okay, well, if I just take even losses and I make my bag of ADA bigger, then I'm more comfortable rather than holding NFTs that might go to zero, because like
Yeah,
now that Kongs are under new ownership, they could do anything. They could be absolutely phenomenal. And it may be a great play to get in right now while there's a lot of peak FUD and all that. But I saw like a small pop. And so I saw that as an opportunity to try to sell while they're decent.
oh, 100%. Always do that. And if you have any rug pulls inside your wallet that are just they're never coming back,
Oh,
like just
no.
forget about them. You're
Yeah.
not going to be able to floor them or do anything. Send them to your Coinbase wallet
Why?
because at least you collect the ADA for it,
Fair. You
and then
get
the
your one
NFT
point
just disappears,
whatever.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
But
not a
it
bad idea, actually. That's like a good way to burn.
right. So when you think about it, all these people originally, like I sent some like 100 NFTs to this one guy.
Just a
And I
random
was just
dude.
like, burn it, or keep it in there as like the vault or whatever of
Failed projects or whatever.
misfit toys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so little did I know that in that wallet he was collecting that ADA.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So even though it was only like 100 ADA, it's like, well, that could have been my 100 ADA.
Right. I mean, at $3 again, I mean, we believe it's going to go back up. That's a lot of money.
Right. And so if you're ever like thinking,
I mean,
hey, this gingerbread squad's never coming back, like,
but some of those NFTs, you never really know. Like, there's a bunch of rug pulls. There's probably, 99% of rug pulls are going to stay rug pulls. But you
For
never
sure.
know, right? Like, you never know with Coco Locos, if somebody's like, hey, I just really like the art, I want to turn that into something. Like, people still speculate to this day that Coco Loco will make a comeback.
Right. And so somebody was actually said that on Twitter, was like, this is legit the most successful rug pull I've ever seen in my entire life.
Exactly.
So but yeah, I think yeah, there've been some pretty cool things that came out. I know that
That's so crazy. And they're not labeled rug pull.
right.
Why would they not be labeled a rug pull?
I don't know. Well, somebody took it over. TCT took it over,
okay.
I guess.
How long ago did this happen?
This was a long time ago. This was
I
like
thought so.
October or November maybe of 2021.
Damn. So like
And
a full 2 years of not much or nothing,
yeah, I mean,
but
they're
he still
just,
got it.
yeah.
Like, so that's the thing too, right? Is that considered a rug pull? Like if I own a project and I don't do anything for 2 years, is that a rug pull?
No, I don't think so. I think what deems it a rug pull is just inactivity. So
Right?
these
That's
things still
nothing.
trade. Like, look at the activity on it. When was the last trade?
Probably decent. 12 hours ago.
12 hours ago,
These are
dude.
accepted collection offers, but still,
Yeah.
these are much
still.
lower than the floor. These are less than half.
Right.
But
They're
still,
some wild person is still stacking these up,
actually, yeah. Is this one wallet?
Do you remember how
No.
hyped? Dude,
This
I
guy.
lost my mind when I could not mint one of these and flip it.
Dude, this guy bought 11, 22, 33. He bought 40. He bought 55.
Can you
Bought
click on his
55 of these.
click on his wallet? Who is this person?
He owns 131 NFTs.
Junkies.
Some junkies.
Oh no.
I've never even seen these. The Turtle Connection.
Yeah.
They look all right. I remember Zombie Hunters had like a month that they were popular.
Yeah. Furbles.
Yup. They had like a month or two where they were popular too.
Yeah.
Dirtbird Preds. Man, I missed out on the Dirtbirds. I should have bought more of the eggs. Yep. Phoenix Arena. More derps. I like his collection though. Murder Crows. Okay. I actually watched some of his content, Murder Crows. He's a pretty decent dude.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Not too bad at all.
Shout outs to Murder Crows. Maxes, okay. Divers, more derps. He's got a good collection. Oh, he's going stupid on these drapes. These things are up. These things are up right now. 174 floor.
They were down to like 10, I think, at one point.
They were down to like 30 or 40, I want to say.
Which is crazy.
I've never seen them that low, but yeah, I bought a few at like 50.
I had like 40 of these things.
How much you get them for?
It was after mint, so it was like maybe 90 or 100 each.
Okay, it's still not
and
bad.
I ended up selling for like 70.
Damn, I just kept buying because this is the same thing that I thought with Yumi's when they came out with their spoopies and all that. Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm not sure if these are going to do well because it's like a secondary collection. And then they went crazy. Yeah. And then, Clay's kind of had like the Good Charlottes and I think Good Charlottes fell down to like 100 floor at one point.
Yeah.
And I was like, I mean, it's a good Charlotte, right? And then they went crazy. And so that's why I think with like Kotaz, that's why I thought with Derp Apes, and I actually bought a few. I bought some eggs too. So those types of plays usually do pretty well. It didn't work out that well for me with old money because I bought some of the, what were they? What are they called? Like the times?
Times?
Yeah, like the inflation times.
Times, yeah.
I think I grabbed a few of those and some others. Shut up, dog. Usually old money stuff goes crazy.
This dog's driving me nuts.
But this is so crazy, though, that they're down to 10. The inflation. Yeah. These were at like 100 to 200 at one point.
Yeah, and
It
it
might
was
have
just
been because of their mint though, because I think you had to own a few to mint.
yeah,
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I saw Clay's were making a comeback. These were at 1890 the other day. I guess a few people listed,
yeah.
5 people listed, because of where it was yesterday, or they're just
1896.
lowering. But that was cool to see. It's always nice seeing a little Clay pop. Hope it comes back.
Yeah, I mean, they've been pretty decently active on Twitter. They've been updating like the game and stuff like that. They've been giving people like looks inside the game, and it looks like cool. You know what I'm saying? Like Lena.
Yeah, like this
So yeah,
stuff.
like look at that. That looks cool. But it doesn't make the floor pump, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier to make kind of these sorts of cutscenes and trailers than it is to actually make stuff this cool in game. So I think that's what people are kind of waiting for is like, okay, this looks really cool, and I'm happy that something's being done. But how good will this type of stuff look in game, or will this even be in game? Like, will you be able to go underwater and have a dance party? I don't think so.
You don't think?
Probably not. I think this is
Yeah.
just a trailer. That would be cool though. But that's what I'm saying is trailers don't really tell you too much about the game.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey guys, we're still here. Look at this cool thing that we made.
Well, they showed what was it, like this big tree? Go down like a little bit further, see if there's anything. No. No.
This?
Yeah, there's like this huge tree.
Okay. I could see this being for like a quest or maybe like a meeting area.
Yeah. But like they're releasing information about the game and cool stuff like that. I think it should pump the price, but it didn't, you know? I don't know. It's probably just because we're in like a bear or whatever.
Probably.
But there's no way they're not like, how is Clay? Is Clay like the number 2 project on
I mean, we can go on
Cardano?
open CNFT and see all-time volume. Let's see.
Well, it's Pavia probably.
Space Buds, Apes, then Clay.
Space Buds, Apes, and Clay. Pavia after that, then Boss Cat, then Chilled Kongs. Dude, Chilled Kongs.
Man, it's kind of crazy though to see these top projects up here, and the floor prices aren't really holding up.
No.
But these are our top projects. Like Space Buds were at 7,200. You know, Ape Nation was at 15K. Clays were at 4, almost 5. Pavia was at I think like 1,200 or 1,300 at one point.
Yeah.
Boss Cats were God knows where. Clays keep building, but nothing pumps prices.
Right.
Yeah.
They could come out with something dope, and I'm sure it might pump it for a second, but then it'll be like, well, back to normal, back to 1800 guys, or 1900, or like whatever it is, you know.
I mean, it'll make me happy. Like when I have Clay assets and I see a Clay update, I'm like, okay, cool. Like that's all I wanted to see today. Like I'm going to continue to hold. But you know, nobody's really seeing that and being like, oh, damn, I need to double down. Or at least it doesn't look like that.
Right. They're all just kind of wait, just because
Same
it's
with Dead
it's a
Pixels.
well, it's a metaverse play, right?
It's well, I think it's partially a metaverse play.
Right.
At the very least, it's partial, like maybe 50-50, but because Clay was so much more than a metaverse play before they came out with their pitches.
Yeah.
And then they came out with pitches and everybody's like, oh, it's a metaverse. And it's like, well, that's not all they're doing. So I don't know. That's why Clay, I think, is kind of like up in the air for me. Because if they try to go metaverse heavy, I'm nervous. But if they try to go more brand heavy and like do some other things and kind of just like add that to the metaverse later, then like I'm cool with that.
It's kind of crazy to see. I don't know how much money they actually have, but Ape Society as well as Clay. Like if you look, it's like, okay, so Ape Society has the Ape Society, then they have the cabins, right?
Right.
Which those are what?
5 to
Almost
20.
top 10,
Yep.
right? And then Clay has the regular
Charlotte.
Clay, then they have the good Charlottes. Like, dude, that in
They also have
royalties,
pitches.
yeah, in royalties, that's a shit ton of money, man.
It's true. And they have a lot of like they partnered with Ledger. I don't know if they got money from that or if they paid money to do that. I don't know how that works, but I mean, hopefully they got some decent amount of money from that. It seems like the only time they pump though is when they do something with somebody outside of the space or
Right.
Charles. So like if Charles says something or if like they do something with Champ or Snoop Dogg, that's like the only time they've moved like huge. And then of course when they first came out.
Now, is this all-time volume or is this like
This
for
is all
past month? Dang,
45 million for Space Buds.
that's so crazy. But keep in mind, they didn't have royalties for like
Oh man.
3/4 of that. Do you remember?
I know what you're because we didn't have that. Like that wasn't a thing.
Nobody had royalties, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Dead Pixels, like, you know what I'm saying? They're top 10.
But you see, this is what gets me too is these games, they show pretty quick development, right? Like Dead Pixels had this whole like 3 months of it was like, hey, here's like what this is going to look like. And then another thing came out. And then we got to see the whole UI of like picking a dead pixel and creating your own pixel.
Right.
And I was like, damn, this is moving along pretty quick. We might get a game here pretty soon. And everybody was kind of thinking so. And, you know, the price pumped like crazy. And then, you know, here we are a year later, no game.
Yeah, because I had 9 at one point, you know what I'm saying, of the Dead Pixels. And I bought when it started to rise up. And then I held over the top because I thought, okay, let's move into a position where I can get a bunch of like ding, you know, the coin or whatever. And just nothing came out. And then it was like quiet. And then it was like nothing came out. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
When price started to drop and then I exited. But it was just like,
you get a decent bag out of it?
No.
Damn.
Not really, no.
Damn. So you bought towards the top.
It's like a break even, yeah. It's like one of those things where I saw it pumping and I was like, okay, the game's coming out. I might as well buy some of these like that have rare traits so that way, you know, because I was looking at the whole graph where they were like, this trait is gonna get this amount in like royalties or like whatever, and it's gonna be distributed to you. So I started buying like halos and like bun tops and other things like that, and it was just like,
yeah,
it ended up not working out.
I remember thinking about it too because I was like, that would be really cool if you had one of the traits. It's like there's only a few of these traits, so anytime anybody creates this, you get most of that royalty.
Yeah,
and so I was like, okay, this is actually a really cool idea, but they were so expensive then. I was like, I don't know. I'll just have to wait. But everything, I mean, Jelly Cubes went up. It's kind of hovering here at 26, but it's been there for like 2 weeks now, 26.
Yeah.
I actually listed my Jelly Cube at, I think, 26. So maybe it sold. Yeah. I got it for 1,900. So, you know, a quick 700 ADA in a bear market. I was like, I'll take it. I'm not getting that anywhere. Yeah. And if they drop again, I'll rebuy. Like, I would love to have a Jelly Cube, but making profit and guaranteeing profit in a bear market is what I want more.
Okay.
Just right now. That's just like how I've been viewing it now. Oh yeah,
That's so crazy. Here.
See if they sold. Yep. Mine's gone. So I'm no longer a Jelly Cube holder, unfortunately. But we'll wait. Maybe it'll drop down. Grab it again. See what collection offers are.
Hey, we got 2,600.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm not mad at all about that. Like it does stink a little bit, and I think owners too. Like if Block were to hear this, I don't think he'd be bothered at all. He'd be like, "Oh no, that's a good play."
No, like I'm sure he understands like
right.
the game. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
I was just like, well,
I just want to explain it to like everybody else because sometimes people hear like, "Oh, you sold something." It's like I don't have anything against the project. That's not why I sold. We're all here to make money. I buy and sell to make money, not to like fud a project or anything like that.
Right.
And I think everybody here knows that. I don't think I really have anybody that watches me that's a noob, but maybe.
Also, it's a lot easier to get alpha when there's actually a bull run.
Yeah.
And
everything is alpha though. You know what I mean? Everything is alpha though when it's a bull run. It's like, oh, I think this could go up, and it does. And then somebody else is like, I think this could go up, and it does.
Right.
Everything is alpha.
And so, but it's a lot easier to move the market, right? Bear, it's like
Toolhead's doing really well.
Toolheads, yeah. I think they minted for.
Oh, I need to see.
How much was it?
What's up, JD? How much was the mint for Toolheads? I was gone basically all last week.
Ooh, hold on.
Or did this mint over the weekend? Because I was going through the weekend.
I want to say it's
They minted for 265. Really? 295 public, 265 whitelist. Oh wow.
yeah.
So these are just hovering then. I thought these would do well. Is there a reason why these aren't going stupid right now?
I think they're doing.
Did they just
fine.
mint? Look at all this volume.
Yeah, it just minted.
It must have just minted.
Yeah.
Well,
Here,
what's their
let me-
policy ID? I can see. Policy ID. Oh, duh. Then what is it?
Toolhead's just minted.
Cardano scan.
Oh, and now you can bulk accept collection offers. About time.
Yeah, for real. Let's see.
I mean, they
So
look
they-
pretty cool.
Oh, they're
right?
minting now.
Yeah.
They're minting literally right now.
Well, so that's so weird. But they minted for like what, 275 to
265 they minted for. If you were whitelist, 295 for public. So I'm not sure if this is public right now. Oh, whitelist minting was this morning Eastern time. Okay, so it's public right now. Oh no, public is later today. I think
Yeah.
6 p.m. Okay. So, damn, this might actually be an okay time to get in.
right.
I'm kind of shocked that they're not higher right out the gate, though.
Because the art seems pretty cool, right?
The art does look pretty cool. There's kind of a lot going on.
Yeah, they're super busy.
What up, J boy?
I just don't know. Minter, CNFT.tools, trait count is. How do you tell what's one's rare? You know.
I mean, you can click on them. They usually tell you the percentages down here. Oh, 108%. Oh, wait. I don't know what that is. What's the floor? Can't quite read the screen. Oh, really? Is my screen that bad? Or maybe your screen is just small? It's the floor right now is 285.
275 now.
275.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it does.
So it's only 10.8 a profit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think people are panic selling just because they thought it might be higher from whitelist, or they're dropping the price for the commons that they got and they're selling the rares.
Right.
Let's see. We can go back to. I don't know what minter means. I guess we can ignore that. Yeah, art is Zombie Chain's artist. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did Zombie Chain's artist also do disco, or does it just look that way?
No, I don't think so.
Because it doesn't it look similar to disco? Or am I crazy?
think the cell shaded sort of deal, I could see that, but theirs is more disco is more like a pop art sort of art style. This is more of a classic like comic book, I guess you would say. See how that's like more pop art,
Yeah.
you know, whereas that's more of kind of like a
Thicker shades.
right
Okay.
classic comic book style.
Okay. Does look similar, but it's your internet connection. Gotcha.
So yeah, I don't know. I think Toolheads, right? They're offering the same thing as Tap Tools, so that's good.
They're offering their own tools. I don't think it's exactly like Tap Tools, but we'll
Right.
see. But yeah, you can see the percentages of what you got, but it doesn't look like this matters too much. All of these are the same floor price.
Right.
Interesting. We'll have to see how this plays out. You will definitely find out in like the next 12 hours. Whenever public finishes.
Have we seen the interface? They showed a little bit off. And then like a YouTuber covered it. Freedom 35ers or whatever. They covered it. And they showed it. It looked pretty cool, like the same as Tap Tools, right?
Let's see. Go back to Twitter. Go check out Toolheads. Oh wait, CNFT. Let's see. If I had a UI, I would put it up on Twitter to at least show it, especially during mint, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. but they showed it like early.
Maybe in Discord.
Seeing it's the vault.
And I mean, as far as it being a tappy situation, that's going to be way too hard to say. I would say probably not, just because tappy kind of already did it and people are expecting it now. So usually people are more ready to dump on profits when you're expecting it. But who knows? I mean, that's why most of the people are playing this play, is because they're hoping it's a tappy type situation.
Right.
I don't know.
What happened to the days of just holding?
People lost a lot of money.
Yeah, they lost a lot of money.
That's what happened.
Yeah. And so, yeah. So 265, 8 of whitelist, 295, 8 of public.
6600 total. Yeah. I mean, if they're going to be this low already and they still have another 2,600 to mint, they're probably not going to stay this price forever. I could be wrong.
But there's no way I can differentiate like which one is rare. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, be showing the interface. That's true. I wish maybe if I go into here, I can find it somewhere. CNFT tools. See if we can find an interface. Is this it?
I believe so. Yeah.
Cool.
So this is what it's going to look like. Pretty clean.
Kind of similar to MinSwap a little bit.
Right. Pretty clean, though, you know?
Mm-hmm. Actually, this looks like a trading view put onto like crypto.
Right.
Cardano crypto.
I think this is showing their allocation. Like that Wi-Fi connection on the right-hand side shows like kind of like their allocation.
Like how much they owe?
What they have where.
Or own. Yeah.
I mean, this is cool.
Oh, those are just buys and sells, I think. Yeah, those are just trades. So like you know how there was like the minnow and the shark?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I gotcha.
This is like a wireless bar for that.
Yeah.
Lenfi.
I mean, it does look nice, you know?
Everything works. It looks smooth too. Very snappy, very responsive. That could have been a dev build, but even still, when we add the ability to purchase directly from the UI soon enough, and see, that'll be pretty cool too. When you can purchase through there, that'll be cool.
I mean, the people behind it are smart, but they released a coin though, right? They were in a shit coin, weren't they?
DGAF.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we all know how DGAF went, but the thing with DGAF was, in my opinion, I mean, everybody tried to take advantage of meme coin season.
Oh, 100%.
Like, I just want to, you know, sell these coins. I'll make my bag. I'll pump it a little bit and let everybody else make their bag. And then I'll politely fuck off and hopefully nobody's mad at me. And I think that's what every single meme coin on Cardano was, except for SNEC, probably Bank as well, and Risk. You know, now they all played out very well besides Risk, but, you know, just because it didn't play out well doesn't mean I don't think that they tried to actually build something afterwards. But the rest of them were basically just pump and dumps. Just like, I'm going to get on this train. I'll make like a quick 500K or 300K ADA, and I'll just politely fuck off.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait till the next one. Jesus.
Yeah, the next, like anything, like any sort of like DeFi pump or or like a regular crypto pump.
Yeah.
Like anything.
Cock
Spicy
coin,
cock.
man.
Oh my God, man. Yeah. I really didn't think that Heaps was going to do that with Spicy. I really, that came out of nowhere to me.
But he did.
He did. He sure did.
Yeah. He kind of went full degen.
Yeah. You never go full degen.
Yeah, that's true. Never go full degen. Academy will get you. But it's like, But now with the next one, when it's meme coin season, we can't use spicy, we can't use cock anymore because it's already happened. So now we're gonna have to get more creative with our names.
We'll just back up Sneck twice as hard. That's what I would rather do. I would rather back up Sneck twice as hard and just go stupid with Sneck because that's where it started. You know, like y'all can try to find the next Pepe. You know, you can try to do all that, but you know, and
but every time I see that Sneck, dude, I get pissed off.
Why?
Because of chill.
Did you lose money? Man. Oh. Okay, fair enough. But still, it's a different movement. It's crazy how many rich motherfuckers from meme coin / DeFi, but NFT is still dead. It is kind of crazy. It just shows that people who made their money on DeFi would have rather kept their money in DeFi than put that much more of it into NFTs. I mean, we did see when people made that amount of money on Snack and Bank, a lot of it, well, a small amount of it went into NFTs. And we saw a slight bump, but
well, part of it went into Ape Society. It all went into Ape Society, dude.
But even Ape Society is lower than it's ever been in the last like 12 months.
What was it, like 48?
48, 47 in that range. Yeah. You know?
Oh, where are we at now?
I'll go back in a sec. Yeah, we're at 48.
Let's take a look. Let's see who's on the floor.
Same stuff.
Still 280, but on Ape Society, who's on the floor?
Oh, okay.
It went up 5 ADA, though.
Whoops. Ryder Green.
Not bad. If it was me, I'd probably go for keep scrolling down.
You do remember Heap saying that Spicy would just be a meme. He said that in Spaces, so I took that to heart. Hey, that's fair enough. Fair enough. It's crazy how many. Oh, we already said that.
Yeah.
Snack will be back. Yeah, I think Snack will be back. Just like I think Doge will be back, and just like I think maybe what's the other one? Shiba Inu.
Shiba, but Shiba's coming out with its own NFT market and other stuff. To be honest, I feel like Shiba wouldn't be that bad of a play. You know,
I don't think so either. When I think about what's the best, like quote unquote safest play, though, you know, it's I always said Cardano, but I'm nervous now. You know, so I would say probably Bitcoin, Ethereum is still, you know, like.
It's safe.
If they're going to do well, right? Like these other things are going to do well. And you're going to probably have time, you know, like you're going to see Bitcoin go up first. That's what always happens. And then the other things are going to follow. Right. So if you invest into the thing that's going to lead, you can then invest later into the other things.
With ETH, though, the only thing I'm concerned with is like legit the gas prices.
Longevity, I would say that's not going to work, but people have been saying that, and it's still here doing better than all the other cryptos other than Bitcoin.
Right.
So, you know, like maybe it'll eventually have that moment where people are like, dude, I'm sick of paying $100 every time I want to send something, or $50 every time I want to send something, whatever it is. If you do catch it on not peak times, you can do ETH transfers for like $15. Right?
Oh, for sure.
10 to $15, maybe even $5 if you're super lucky.
Yeah, $5. I've done a couple NFT sales for like $2. You know what I'm saying? There's no gas wars. You know?
But during peak time when you want to sell, you know, when your NFT is at its peak, everybody's buying and selling, and you're gonna at least spend like $50 to $100.
I will say, Polygon was great.
That's true. Polygon was good
for gas prices.
Optos was pretty good.
I was doing like NFT trades with like a cent. Like 1 penny for gas prices on Polygon, you know, and that was great. I loved that. Just cost me an extra cent. Great.
And it was fast.
Like, dude, and I'm telling you, ETH is fast. Polygon's fast. Sol is fast. You know, now we need to get Cardano on that fucking train. I mean,
I thought we were going to have Hydra by now, man. Everybody kept talking about Hydra, and I think it was October last year.
Hydra fixes that.
Yeah, everybody's like, Hydra's going to do this. Hydra's going to do that. We only got like a few more years, you know, or a few more months. And then it's like, we got the first Hydra node. And it's like, that's great. But you said we were going to have this like 6 months ago. Right. We just got the first node.
Right.
I don't know. It's something that we still, and myself, I still hold on to it. Like that's what I think is going to revolutionize Cardano. But it's becoming scarier and scarier. It's becoming an NFT project. I'm like, oh yeah, we're gonna have a game, man. It's coming next year, definitely.
Well, better. It's better than that. I mean,
It
but
is. But I'm talking about the speculation behind
it
it.
just has to be like a little bit faster than where it is now. You know what
It
I
needs to
mean?
be, I would say, more than a little bit, because we don't even have as many people as those other blockchains have. And when we do have those people, then we need it to be even faster to try to keep up.
Right.
Because right now, I mean, when meme coin went off, it was amazing, right? But you still had to wait 5 to 10, sometimes 15 to 20 minutes to get your order to go through on MinSwap.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable. People are not going to come back from that, especially if they lost. If they won and they were all right, then like, yeah, people are going to be happy that they made money. They're going to come back.
Am I buying this tool head at 280?
The thing is, where do you think it's going to go?
I don't know.
Because I think 280 could be a low, but I also think 350 to 400 could be a high.
Because you think about it this way, they're at a unique part in the market right now to where the floor price is lower than the mint price.
Public mint price, which
Public
hasn't
mint
gone yet,
price.
which hasn't happened yet.
Right.
So
why would I want to mint if I can pick one off the floor, right? 3 rows,
yeah,
4 rows, 5 rows,
280 is
6
low.
rows, 6 rows deep, you know. We're 7, 8. That 290 floor is really freaking thick right now.
Yeah,
so
we've
we're
got
talking like 10 rows deep. So we're talking like 50,
12,
60 NFTs, right?
18, 24, 30, 36, God, 32, or 42. Yeah.
48.
Yeah. We'll just say 42 to 50. 42 to 50 NFTs need to be sold to break the 290 floor.
Right.
And that's barely breaking the floor. That's like getting to 294.
And again, this is not here to shit on it. We're not trying to tell you like what to do. But that floor is thick right now.
Yeah.
Is it going to go lower? That's the thing.
Yeah, I know, people were asking, and these are the right questions to ask when they're like, let's look at let's look at what it looks like, right? Where was it? I don't know. They wanted to look at the UI, and that stuff is great. But if people are going to sell it anyways, despite the great amounts of development that they've done, then it just doesn't matter. And it looks like people are trying to sell. Like a lot of people are trying to sell.
Because it's got like what, 30% listed. And don't get me wrong, for House of Titans,
20.
People will sell. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And that's the way it is. It's like a degen move. You know what I'm saying? We're buying.
Well, that's why there's royalties.
What?
Like royalties are for sellers. Like it's absolutely fine to sell. That helps the project actually. Like you want there to be selling.
I wanted to tell them. I was like, dude, guys, do a classic reveal. Do like a reveal 4 days later.
That'd be pretty cool too.
You know what I'm saying? Do like an art reveal 4 days later. Let the secondary get that extra hype and like
we haven't done a reveal
market
in a
movement.
while.
What?
We haven't done one in a while.
Yeah, I know. And so, just sitting there and saying like, oh, okay, well, do a reveal 4 days later, get the royalties from the secondary market, let people trade, do the degen shit, get that out of the way, right? And then do the art reveal and then see what happens. But at least you get like the extra royalties. And then at that point, if you wanted to, you could take like, let's say 80% of that, put 20 in the community wallet or like whatever, back into like the project's wallet, take 80% of that and disperse over the holders who held and didn't sell. You know what I'm saying? And disperse the royalties out to those people.
You could do that. Yeah.
That would be cool. I wonder what the impetus will be for buyers to actually buy and hold. Tabby had that. So Tabby had that because they forced you to buy 5, right? If you want a lifetime membership, you're going to get 5, which incentivizes people to hold 5. JD, give me one of those so I can mint one more, bro. Apex, I'm trying to talk him into it. I need to mint one more. And he's like, no, just keep your 3. And you got to let the public have it. And so I'm like, son of a bitch. I'm trying to get 10.
Yeah, I'll say for like JD's first comment, Tappy originally was just going to be a year-long free subscription, and then they were going to start to charge, and then so people didn't like that, so people had lower expectations and weren't super pumped, and then they said, well, actually, okay, if you don't like that, then if you hold 5, then you can have it forever. So then it incentivized people to go buy 4 more, or even delist, some of the ones that they had. So that's what helped Tappy out. It was kind of like this underwhelming kind of start and then this hype announcement. So now Toolhead's kind of, I don't know if it has a nonchalant launch and maybe they're trying to do a hype announcement after they sell out, but they would have to do something similar.
Yeah. I think I don't know. Like I think if you're into the tools and stuff like that, get one. The price wouldn't matter at that point because it's like, well, can I recoup this cost, through following the charts, right? And charting and activity, right? And so, I mean, I don't know. For me, it's just like, well, if I'm looking at the art, then why, if it's for a tool, then why even mint something like that has a PFP, right?
Right. And that's why I was saying too, a lot of people, I think even you were saying like, oh, let's go look at some of the art. And then I went to go look through like a few things and I was like, wait, the art doesn't even matter.
It doesn't.
It's about the utility. And if the utility is great, which is why I was saying too, like the right questions were being asked today. Like, what does the UI look like? And it looks fine. It looks snappy. It looks like it works. But again, if people are just going to sell these for no reason, I don't know. There's no bullish narrative right now. Not that I can see. I mean, it's so early.
Somebody just bought that 280 though.
Yeah, it's so early too. Like I'm trying to create a narrative, and it's like, bro, it's been out for a few hours. There's nothing to say. We have to wait to see what it is. But
let's go.
People like that. People like having low expectations and then being kind of surprised. And I think that's why Tappy did so well because it was legitimate. They didn't do it for a promotional reason. They were just like, oh, we genuinely thought that this was going to go better, so let me pivot.
Right.
So I don't know. These are going to be interesting to watch. I'm not even going to try to speculate yet. There's probably not enough data to go off of there.
Yeah. Well, it makes me wonder about how we're going to go down like a little bit further. Cardano drops. What about the apprentices and stuff like that?
Apprentices,
yeah,
I do like them.
They
a little
do
bit.
look cool.
Oh, I thought I could click.
But yeah, they're on Twitter. They're relevant on Twitter.
That's true.
Same thing with what's that other project Jub is in? Which he's from like Happy Hoppers or whatever, right? I forget what it was called. What was it called? Hold on, I'll get it. Had to get a new phone case. The other one was like falling apart, and this one sucks ass, dude.
Your phone?
Yeah, no, the phone case sucks ass. It's the worst thing ever. Don't ever go cheap on phone cases.
That's true, especially because I dropped my phone a million different times.
Oh, it was virtually made. They're doing the goofs, right?
Goofs? Let me see. Oh, this is for the whitelist.
Yeah, the goofs.
Wanted to stay on apprentices real quick.
Yeah, let's stay on apprentices. I'm just trying to tap into my mind here.
All good. Look at the sneaky peekies. Okay. Okay. I didn't know they were gonna do female art. I thought
go over. I think you can go over, right? Nothing. No.
Oh, I didn't know it was female art. I thought the whole time it was a male. Let me see. What is apprentices? Community-driven, story-focused anime IP.
Not for me.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, because I actually really like the apprentices team, so I do like them. But this, I'm not bullish on anything anime or story-focused. It just hasn't done well in the past. I hope it's different for y'all, but yeah, that's kind of all I need to know there.
It looks cool, but
Yeah, September 29th as well. Hopefully there's some sort of bullish narrative. The mint price is very cheap.
What
Said
is it?
$65. Oh, I thought that was ADA. Well, $65 ADA.
$65 worth of ADA. So that would be,
Maybe.
and it's like 27 cents right now. I think 28 cents.
Yeah, I just don't know if that means dollars of ADA or if that means $65 in ADA or 65 ADA.
I think
It,
$65 in ADA.
I mean, that's even harder for me to justify.
Because that's going to be like,
let me see. This thing's massive. 65. This is way too big.
Times 0.27 or whatever.
Times, yeah, 0.27. Or no, it'd be 0.27. I'm so stupid.
No,
it'd be divided by 0.27.
Divided by 0.27, yeah.
It'd be 248.
That's not bad.
It's kind of a lot, in my opinion.
But it's for lore. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if you want a project, right? All of these projects are businesses. People trying to create startup businesses. So
Right.
I understand why you need, the amount of ADA that you need because it equals a small amount of dollars. But it's still such a high amount of ADA when the price of ADA keeps crashing. And it's just like, unless you've been averaging down.
Yeah.
Or you're going to be buying right now.
Titans. House of Titans got registered as a business, LLC.
Nice.
So,
hell yeah. Do you think all these projects register for LLC or for business or any of that?
No, which is why sometimes you can attack these people
individually,
right? Mm. Whereas if it's a company, like you're attacking the company.
Right. And if you get sued, it's company's money, not your money to a degree, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it protects you because I think I think you can actually like steal people's assets in a sense too. Like if you make I don't know, a project or a business, but you don't create the LLC and it's all under you and you mess up, then I think they can sue you and take like your assets to pay off the damages.
Right.
Which is brutal.
Which is fine.
I guess.
I mean, if somebody's going to run a project, right, and they're just like willy-nilly, right?
Well, yeah, if they're an American who's running a project willy-nilly, but if they're, out there in the Philippines or something, I don't think they have the same standards. I don't think you can come after them.
No.
It's like, fine me, bitch.
You won't. I bet you won't. No, but it's, I don't know, man. There's some pretty creative people out there on the internet. Keep in mind, we're in Web 3. This isn't even Web 2. So the amount of dorkness that's going on in here, people will find you, dude.
Dude, what's really funny too, did you know that Futurama created new episodes?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they reopened Futurama, and one of the episodes they make fun of crypto, and they're in the Wild West, right? So they go back to the Wild West, and I thought that was so funny. But I was also thinking, like, does anybody understand why they went to the Wild West? Does anybody understand why this is relevant to crypto other than crypto nerds?
Right.
And I was like, I don't know if it's going to hit as hard. No. But it was kind of funny because at one point they're literally all shooting each other and they're like in bunkers. And I was like, this is so funny. It's like all the crypto people are taking shots at each other and nobody's actually dying or getting hit. It's just people taking shots. And I was like, is this how everybody sees this? Am I the only one who like understands and sees?
Dude, everybody out there thinks I'm so dumb.
No. For what?
For doing NFTs and like crypto and stuff like that.
I mean,
I'm like, shut up, you normie.
I can see why, if somebody were to say that I was dumb for investing in NFTs, I'd like look at my NFTs and be like, they're not wrong right now.
Yeah. They're not wrong right now.
And they haven't seen like the short-term plays or the money that has been made. But, as far as like buying and holding an asset, I mean, my boss, my old boss, he actually still, if I still work there, he was laughing at me when I bought Doge. I had a Dogecoin shirt and it said like to the moon. And he was like, and back.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not wrong.
I think Doge is cool. I think Elon Musk is about Doge. I think they're actually, are they trying to build? I feel like they're trying to build something much like Shiba is,
Well, Musk doesn't own Doge, right? So he's tried to contact the owner of Doge and like do a few things. And the owner's kind of just been like, no, stop. Like, no, this is just a meme coin. Like, stop. No. So I don't know like what he can actually do with it. He can accept it as a currency.
Pump it.
Yeah. But he's trying to create something with X actually, which is Twitter, if you didn't know. I know you knew. I know everybody probably knows, but it's going to be a platform where you'll be able to kind of trade and also be able to send money similar to PayPal. And so the way that it was phrased is you'll be able to instantly send money. And the only way that we can instantly send money is through crypto right now. If we go through banks, it's still 3 to 5 business days. So I think he'll probably pick a crypto to use as like the background. So if you wanted to send somebody $50, maybe you turn that into Doge, send the Doge, and then reconvert that into dollars and then put it into the person's account.
Oh, he'll just create his own cryptocurrency.
Maybe that's a possibility too.
And if
But
you
like
can
this,
get,
just speculation.
hey, if you can get in,
I
on
mean,
that,
look, he
yeah.
made. I'm just speculating here, like all the other DGens. He made the Twitter logo the Doge symbol, okay, for like 2 days.
Right.
All right. You know he loves Doge. You know it's going to be a part of it if he can make it a part of it.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of time.
Maybe he'll involve Bitcoin, Doge, and like another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't think he's, trying to make Doge the best. You know what I mean? I think he just likes Doge and he's like, I'll just make some use cases for this crypto.
He's autistic. I mean, he just loves Doge.
Right.
Like,
irony loves whatever he says, or
right. Well, yeah, he says
irony.
The least likely scenario is generally the one that prevails. So people are hating on Doge and like whatever. But if you look at it, the run, like last bull run, was absolutely insane on Doge.
I think too, it was so fun to be a part of a meme coin, but then you had somebody try to take it super serious and it took some of the fun away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think they're just kind of like, yeah, Elon. And then he like decided to take it more serious. And they're like, oh, hey man, we don't want this. Just chill. But I mean, because it kind of sucks when he pumps it, right? And then you're like, let's go Elon. And then like there's nothing for like 3 weeks and it just goes down. And they're just like, where's Elon?
What happened? Elon pumped my bags again.
Yeah.
That's why you don't buy the top. I'm interested to see what they're doing. Look up the Goofs.
Goofs World?
Yeah.
Is this worth following? What is this?
This is something that Jub from Happy Hoppers is in.
Okay.
And if you go to their website, click the link. This is the one time you can. Play trailer.
Coming soon. Play trailer. This is loud.
Yeah.
There we go. This is really cool. I just wasn't expecting the loudness.
Yeah. It reminds me of Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
A little bit, because they have kind of that like rocker intro.
Yeah.
Is this just on repeat? I don't know. It's pretty cool though. I like that there's like something here.
Right.
So this is pretty new. It looks like only 600 followers.
Which is, it's weird.
Do you know what it's going to do?
I don't know.
Yeah, this dude jumps in always down to party. Bad fin advice just posted wrong. Huh. I guess there's no more not financial advice and now there's bad financial advice.
Bad financial advice, yeah.
That's actually really funny.
Do you know what happened with NFA? They all just didn't get along.
Is that really why?
I
heard that like some people got some death threats or like some threats for like, certain things. People were saying you're only pumping your own bags and all this other stuff, which they like joked about, and
that's
like
what Tal did.
I mean, sure, but if you believe in something, right? Like if I believe in Yumi's and then I tell everybody I believe in Yumi's, they're just gonna say I'm pumping my bags. It's like I'm just trying to tell you what I believe in.
Yeah.
So it's really hard to try to say something and like not come across as shilling something. But I don't know. You just have to deal with that. If you're going to be a content creator of any sort or put your name out there, your face, your voice, or give your opinion even, you got to be willing for somebody to say you're a dumbass. You got to be willing for somebody to say you're trying to like scam them. It's just a part of it. But it does get to you. I mean, shit, they've done it for a long time. I mean, after you get enough emails, enough DMs, it's just like, why do I even do this?
Right.
So I get it.
But I kind of noticed that in spaces. Some of like the influencers or whatever, and this is controversial, whatever, it's hot take. They're like annoying as fuck. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, I kind of agree.
And there's some sort of shit post gatekeeping going on to where, like with L, just super, like he will dodge you, right? I'm like, hey, let's do a Twitter space. Hey, let's do a Twitter space. Hey, House of Titans, we're setting up a Twitter space for this particular day with you, and then backs out, and does other things like that. And there's like 3 or 4 of them that are like that.
L has talked about that before. I was on a Twitter space, I think last week or the week before, and somebody called him out for that, and they were like, hey, because he was like, hey, we should do a space for somebody. Somebody said something like that. And then they were like, hold on, man. Like you said you were going to do a space with me, and then you didn't even respond to me, and we just never did anything. And he was just kind of laughing. And he was just like, oh, like I've done it before. Like you won't be the first, you won't be the last, or something like that.
Right.
And he like made it a joke, and I thought it was like kind of funny because I don't know the situation. But I think the guy kind of responded was like, I mean, you just tell me we're not going to do it,
Right.
But
right.
Yeah, I mean, it's not my place to say. I don't know how he handles it, but if you know from personal experience with House of Titans or whatever, then I guess that's something he's just done in the past.
Yeah. It's slightly annoying because you can't agree to do something and then just be like, okay, well,
yeah,
I'm 100% backing out. This is it. Like I understand schedule conflicts. Me of all people, I definitely understand that. Thanks for starting early for me today, Nick.
No problem, man.
You know what I'm saying? I understand scheduling conflicts, but the thing is like, it's just, it's fucking annoying, to be honest with you. Sorry. It's
one of my like pet peeves is timing. So like something that really annoys me is like when I'm sitting at home and I'm focused on something, or it doesn't even have to be anything busy, right? I don't even have to be busy. But if you're just like, oh, because my dad does this a lot and he's in the other room, so he's probably gonna hear me. But he'll be like, hey, I got like some guy coming at like 2, which is in like 10 minutes. You need to be at the door and have like this like dresser upstairs. It's downstairs in the basement behind like 30 different things. You just need that and I'm just like, fuck, man. and then 99% of the time they never show up. And all I did was like lifted this heavy ass thing, moved it over there, like stopped what I was doing for like a half an hour, waited around. I hate it so much.
Right.
Punctuality is so underrated.
It is very, very, very underrated. I think, man, it's one of those things where when I was younger, like I think you could be late, but I noticed like a lot of workers are late to work.
It's because they just don't want to be there. They're just like, oh, if I can shave off an extra 5 minutes of my day, I'll just come early. I'll come late by like 5 minutes, even if they get paid hourly.
It's so crazy because like I remember back when I was younger, the expectation was you show up like 5 minutes early for your shift.
Yep.
And that's right on time. You clock in, you put your apron on, you put your hat on, go to work, right? And so now it's like, it's so crazy. Like nobody cares about like punctuality, like at all.
And it sucks for the person who you're supposed to be relieving, right? It's like, dude, I got here at 4, my shift ends at 11, right? Or whatever. And you're here at 11:10. Now I've worked 10 extra minutes. Like that adds up when you do it every single day.
I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. This is what old Deb would say to me.
Yeah.
Ready to go at 2:00, dude. And she'd be like walking out. But she'd always made sure her side work was done. Everything was good. She was a good employee. But 2:00 hit, bro. She was right by the time clock.
Yep.
Getting ready to clock out. And so, but how are things going with you as far as like work, and you're still doing this 2 things, right?
Yeah. I actually, because we had to start at 12 today, woke up and I was like, oh shit, okay, I got to get going, because we had to mow all the lawns today that we were supposed to mow yesterday because it rained.
Yeah.
And it was still kind of wet, but we were like, we can't postpone another day or these lawns aren't going to get done.
Right.
So yeah, we're still doing the lawns, still doing stuff like that. The valet has taken on yet more responsibility. I swear, like every other week, they just keep adding stuff onto it with no additional pay. But now I need to talk to like somebody else who's going to be doing the schedule, even though I'm the one doing the schedule. Now I need to talk with her every single week and like make sure that it lines up to her code, even though I've done it by myself for 7 months.
Yeah.
Now I need to talk to somebody else. We need to schedule people for Labor Day. We need to schedule people 2 hours earlier on Sundays. So nobody's going to like hearing that, especially because nobody comes that early. It's just like, they're just adding additional stuff onto the plate for no reason.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I don't know.
it's wedding season. Well, okay, hold on.
Always wedding season.
Hold your damn horses. It's wedding season and it's fall season. Bitches love wine in the fall.
Not at 9:30 a.m.
Yeah, they do.
Bro, I'm telling you, I work there. I go into work at 11. Our first customer will come at like 12. Always, every Sunday. And unless you're there for a wine hike, and that's fine because I don't park your car or deal with you for wine hikes. Like, that's a separate thing.
Okay.
So like that's it. The restaurant is separate from the other stuff that we do at the winery.
Okay.
So maybe that's why it's a little confusing. But you're right. You're right. It is wedding season coming up. Even though it's every weekend we have at least one wedding, which is crazy that many people get married.
Isn't it? Don't get married, Nick. I'm serious. Do not get married.
Bro, don't get married. I need to find somebody first before I even start having that thought. Like,
yeah.
Bro.
Tinder. Here's the thing. Why aren't you Tinder popping hoes?
Bro, I hate Tinder. I hate the whole internet thing. Even though I'm on the internet, I hate internet shit.
I'm just saying, dude, you have to get back into the game. You know what
I know, dude. I've been thinking about it, dude. It's been getting to me mentally. It's been like 9 years since I've had a real relationship, bro.
Dude,
that's a long fucking time. I don't even know how to do it no more. I think my shit fell off, bro.
You need to dust the fucking cobwebs off, my brother.
Bro,
get on Bumble, bro. Get on Bumble. At least they have to approach you first. You know what I'm saying?
I thought Bumble was for gay people.
No, Bumble's for girls who are searching for guys.
Oh.
So the girls, you can't directly connect with the girls. They have to connect with you first.
Hey, anything is better than not doing nothing.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll give it a shot. I thought Bumble was for gay dudes though.
No, that's
or is that Grindr?
Grindr.
Okay. Man, that just sounds rough.
Actually, Grindr had a really good idea to where you could see like the locals in your area, right?
Okay.
And it had like a heat map of all these gay dudes. And like they would do meetups and other things like that.
Hey man, this conversation is going in a great direction. I don't know where it's going.
But no, man, like that's the biggest thing is like companionship. You need companionship.
Yeah. I just talk myself in and out of it. I've been having too many self conversations. You know what I mean? I've been in my own head for it's been an unhealthy amount recently.
Like, what about your brother?
I talk with him too, and he tells me too. He's just like, you're dumb as fuck. Like, you need to stop talking to yourself. Like, whenever you have these thoughts, just stop. What are you doing? Why do you even allow these thoughts? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I'm sitting here by myself. I'm just thinking.
I'll tell you what you do. You open up your app store and you just download Tinder, and we can Tinder pop these hoes real quick. All right.
All right. We'll get another Tinder going. I think my other problem too was I'm not like a pictured person. So like when I go out to eat with people, like I don't take pictures. When I go out to like hang out with friends, like I just hang out with friends. I'm not a picture person. So when you have to do these profiles, it's like, all right, now's the time you got to like dress up. You have to take some recent pictures, because you can't do old pictures or else that's fucking weird. And then, but they might not know, but when they see you, they're gonna be like, who the hell? But yeah, so you got to do new pictures. You got to take good pictures. I am not photogenic. All right. Maybe in the camera, I'll look decent. But like I'm telling you, a still image of me.
I don't believe that for a minute.
Ain't the move.
You're such a handsome man. You're such a handsome boy.
I want to change the topic.
So, no, but from what I heard, and this is just what I heard. So there was science behind this, that you have to take the profile picture straight on.
Okay.
Because girls don't want to see angles. They want to see angles of themselves, and they attribute it to female behavior, like automatically. And so if you look straight on, you're more like likely to pick up a lady because it exudes self-confidence. Whereas if it's from an angle, like perspective or whatever, it does not.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And I thought too, there was somebody talking about it, and they were saying if you take pictures with your friends, girls don't like that. And I was like, I don't know if I agree with that one, because that shows that you're like not a loser, right? Like if
Well,
every single picture is
yes.
you by yourself.
Right. So the picture of you by yourself, so you can distinctly tell which one is you, that needs to be the
Right.
front. The background
Right.
can show like, oh, I have a social life or whatever. Like I'm a normal human being.
Because
Right.
that's definitely the worst when you're trying to find a girl and all of her pictures are her with a friend, but there's like 3 girls always, like one that's decent looking, one
Yes.
that's hot, and one that's just like a bit fugly, you
Yes.
know? And you're just like, man, which one? I mean, 2 out of 3, right? 2 out of 3 is not too bad, but you
Yeah.
don't know which one.
JD, don't talk to me about marriage being rewarding.
Marriage
It
ain't the
is.
most rewarding thing ever.
Bro, I'm
Big
going to
dick.
tell you this about marriage, okay? Marriage, you lose everything. Your self-identity, your whole 9 yards. Everything that makes you unique and special, you lose. Kids are great. I love my children. They're the absolute reason why I'm still walking this earth. But goddamn, like marriage is so tough, dude.
I'll
I'm
say
looking. I'm
too, like
laughing at this bear market. People are like, "This bear market's tough." I'm like, "Bitch, you don't know nothing." Like this marriage tough, bro. Get married. Get married over a decade. We just celebrated last week our 16-year anniversary,
that's what's up.
and
I haven't even been with a girl 16 years.
dude, I'm trying so hard right now.
But I'll say this too though, when you're out of a relationship, you want to be in a relationship so bad after like a year or whatever goes by, because when you're in a relationship for a while, all you want is to be out of it, right? After also like a year or two goes by,
Yeah,
right? And then you're just like you're in the relationship, you're constantly have to do something, you're getting nagged all the time. It's just like, bro, I just want to live my life. I didn't want to like all I said was she looked good. Like, oh, I don't want to overthink everything in my life. Like, stop. But then you're like, you break up, whatever, and you're like, oh, sweet, let's go. Like, I can finally just live. And then after like a year goes by, you're like, damn, I'm
yeah,
lonely again. This sucks.
yeah. Well, it's companionship, right? And so, like I said, that's what males need. They need the companionship, right? Sometimes we have to be little spoon. You can't always be big spoon. Like so, we need to get held too. And so, you know, I think companionship is what you're missing, not necessarily a relationship. I mean,
Yeah.
that's okay.
Yeah.
There are many benefits to like having a relationship, but the companionship of like being around them, you know what I'm saying?
I do.
And working
That's
together.
I know exactly what you're saying, bro, because I've been fucking feeling it. I've been feeling real shitty lately. I'm just like, man, but I'm not doing the right things, like I'm not doing the creating the fucking Tinders, or I'm not taking the pictures. I'm not going to bars. Like I'm not doing the things. I'm just like, oh, I just need to grind harder. I just need to work out harder. I need to like, make more money. And it's just
Oh
like, dude,
no,
none of these things.
self-improvement.
Well, yeah,
Self-improvement is
self-improvement,
huge.
it is huge, and it does make you feel self-accomplished. And J boy, I got you in a sec, bro. But at the same time, dude, life is such a shitty fucking hard ass balance.
Yeah.
Like you gotta do the things that make you proud of yourself. And I think that's one more thing I need. I don't have a stable income, and that's the one thing that I hate about my own life, the most. So figuring out stable income has been on the forefront of my mind for so long. But instead of just going and getting a decent job, I've been trying to make bank on like these plays or that plays, and I'm just thinking like, oh, well, if I just throw my whole life into it, there's no way I can miss a play, and
Right.
you still do
You
at
will.
times,
And you'll miss harder.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
I've been
so it's
thinking a
like
lot
you're
about
trying to
that.
make these plays, and it's like, okay, I'm playing with big boy money now, or like whatever. And like, there's no way this can ever stop. And so then you find out it does. And it's when you lose that first thing, that first like shit ton of money that, you said, oh, you try to convince yourself, oh, this is just play money or whatever. It's not.
No.
Money is money is money is money. And when you lose that first big bag, and I'm talking big bag, you're like, you learn so much instantaneously.
Yeah.
And man, life is a garden, dig it.
Yeah.
But yeah, bear
Thoughts on
market
yeah.
is for me, it sucks, but like real life shit, like real life shit, like marriage, bro, not even close. I laugh at the bear, right? It's like, well, number one, because I'm here for long term, right? And so accordingly, the way I'm investing is 30% Bitcoin, 20% Ethereum, and then 50% Cardano.
That's actually good. I like those numbers.
And so, I'm doing Bitcoin and Ethereum for the stability. I feel like as soon as Bitcoin pumps, for sure Ethereum will.
Yeah, probably right alongside.
Yeah, and then I can take like the tops of those and sell off, right, a little bit and dump it into Cardano, which may or may not have pumped at that point, probably not.
Probably not as much, but probably did pump some. But
Lost mid six figures back in 2012. Yeah.
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 But J Boy, I did say I was going to answer this question. So he wants to know the thoughts on the crypto market in the next 6 months and what you plan on doing. So I don't know if that was what you were kind of saying, how you're investing.
Yeah.
But
yeah. So that's what I'm looking at. Like, so stable stuff like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is always going to be around. You know what I'm saying? It's going to get used, and it's going to be, I think, a great tool in the future, like it always has been, but it's going to be like a little bit slower money, but it's almost it's like built-in guaranteed gains, right? Everybody knows what Bitcoin is. Like Ethereum, I think can pump. It's going to pump harder than Bitcoin, obviously, because it has more room to grow. Bitcoin is at like what, 26, 27K?
Yeah, it was almost 28 yesterday. It had a big run yesterday, big run.
Right. And so for it to go from 28 to 80 is plausible. You know what I'm saying? But I think Ethereum, for it to go from 1200 to 1400 to like 8K, 9K, obviously it's a bigger return on investment. And so I think that we're that's where that comes in, 30%, 20%, and then 50% in Cardano, because to be honest with you, Cardano's my favorite. It always has been. Like I said, it's always home. And the idea is to take all of the things that I make from the other 50% and roll it into it after it's been secured, And so after I make an initial pump from that, 6 months, bearish. There's DCA. That's all I'm doing. That's all I've been doing is DCA.
Is that for crypto or is that for the markets also?
Crypto. I mean, my 401k is handled basically in my investing portfolio is done, through a financial advisor and myself meeting once every quarter. And so we kind of look at like what we want to do. And every time I bring up crypto, she's like, no, I can't talk about crypto. And I'm like, I know, so it's fine. I'm not going to talk about it, but yeah. But yeah, I'm more focused on crypto, I guess you would say, just because the volatility is there, right? And it's more exciting for me as opposed to like the actual market, which is kind of like a slower mover, but it's your bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, it's still bearish sentiment for a while. NFTs extremely like bearish. Like, to be honest with you, like if you can't get on mint, then I wouldn't do it probably.
And if you're not going to sell within the first day,
yeah,
or second day at the least,
right?
Like, I don't know, man. NFTs aren't to hold, or at least they're not right now.
Not necessarily. I mean,
most.
The way that I'm looking at it, especially with House of Titans, based on the things that are getting built, I think the community aspect is going to be huge, based on like daily activities and weekly activities and people building up resources and like people stealing your gems and resources that you're farming and other things like that. There's all different sorts of things to do, right? And it's a very, very, very unique gamified experience that I think is going to be pretty cool. So for me, that's the NFT for me, right? Have an ape society, have like a jelly cube or whatever for the alpha for when it comes. I think ape society is a great starter. Like that's one that you have to have for me, I just don't think space buds do it anymore. I don't think historical value means anything that much anymore.
Well, I was gonna say too, like when I say NFTs aren't to hold, I mean the new ones that are minting right now, like anything minting isn't to be held for
Probably not.
like 99.9%.
Yeah, and you can see that based on tool heads, right? People are already selling when they don't know exactly what it is.
Right. And it's not like they didn't build something cool or they're not building something cool. Like they
Right.
are. They are. But it just doesn't matter. If the liquidity is not there, it doesn't matter what happens.
Yeah. But I think, for me, you have to go with what you think is going to be very, very solid, and what I mean by that is like, if you are doing NFTs or like whatever, you can, but the thing is like, what you have to understand is like, you have to put it into a team that you think is going to take you to the next level in the next year or two. Right. And it's possible, it's very possible. I don't know if that thing has come out yet. I think if you want to get a tool for charting and that's like more your thing, then do that. Or you can just give Atlanick like $1,000. He'll buy all of them and he'll chart for you. I'm sure of it. Right.
Gotcha.
So, I mean,
chart comes out next week, but in actuality, 1 year from now.
There you go. You got it. So it's like, go with somebody who you think is going to take you to the next level. I don't think Space Buds will take you to the next level per se. There are some people that could be like, oh, I'm buying it for historical value, but I don't think, besides CryptoPunks and maybe Bored Apes, right? Nobody else is going to be like, oh, this is historic value. You know what I'm saying? It's just not there.
A big narrative change has to come for Cardano to go crazy again. And Cardano had that narrative at first. And okay, whatever. So I just think that when it came out that it was going to be labeled a security, that's when the negative narrative started really playing in. And now we're at these lows. I feel like we could have definitely been higher if we didn't have that narrative play out. So that's the first hurdle that we need to get past, is being labeled a security, or everything being labeled a security. And then crypto as a whole needs to go through that narrative and fight, or just accept it. The other thing that we need to get through is, are we actually going to get a Bitcoin ETF, like a true Bitcoin ETF, not a Bitcoin ETF that only follows the futures?
Right.
If we get a true Bitcoin ETF, that's a game changer. That is huge. A lot of people are speculating, no way. A lot of people are saying, well, BlackRock is one of the most valuable companies in the world and they're trying to do it. So why would they do it if they didn't believe it could actually happen? So there's a bunch of different narratives out there, like micro narratives, that will play out in one way or another, creating the larger overall narrative. And that's what we need to see. So before that, nothing's going to move.
I feel like right now people are concentrated on certain things in society in general, right? So like we have still Americans like functioning through this political landscape that is just atrocious right now. You know what I mean? It really is. We have, one political party that's kind of like lambasting the other at all times, and they're just going after each other's throats, right? There's one political person who's like taking an opponent and trying to basically not have them run, which is election interference at its finest,
You're talking about Trump, right?
Of course I am. I'm always talking about Trump.
That's actually a pretty good impression.
Yeah. I think $75 is more unfair than taxes for the way the media has been treating me. I'll tell you that. Joe Biden. But yeah, so I think that so that was pretty. China. Can we talk about China? So I think that's screwed up, man. Our political landscape is screwed up. And not only that, but like society in general is just, it's too weird right now. We're worried about aliens and all this other stuff. It's like, dude, what about our economy? What about Hawaii? What about, the motherland?
What about it, man? We might be taken over by aliens. You think it matters who's controlling our world, man? You think it matters what kind of money we're using, man?
Yeah. So it's like, people are too consumed by dumb shit like that. Like, and that's again where we're at as a society right now. Everybody's down bad,
Yeah.
and crypto market is just a microcosm of that. It's kind of like we're all down bad, dude. We're arguing with each other. We're like not worried about like what actually matters, right? And so that's why I'm still going 50% on Cardano. I still think like if they can achieve what they can achieve, man, $5, yeah, we can get there.
Yeah.
You
And
know,
the reason why I'm so focused on the narrative too is because when it goes crazy, people aren't talking about like, oh, well, Cardano's slow. Like that's no longer being talked about. When it's going
yeah,
up, people are just like, oh, well, the security is just far better. I mean, duh, of course it's going up. You know,
yeah,
why wouldn't it go up? I mean, Charles Hoskinson, he was on Ethereum. I mean, he's just as smart, if anything.
yeah,
Like these are the narratives that play out when it's going up. And that's all that you need is the positivity to just
yeah,
continue to flow. All right. So I think you just have one big thing holding it down, if not two, the overall market and it being labeled as security.
yep. And then it's amazing. Same thing in real life. There's things holding us down. If we can eliminate some of those things, you know, we'll be a little bit better, right? Let's ease up on the economy, right? Let's talk about interest rates. Let's talk about the shit that's really killing us right now, right?
Yeah.
Actual important things. And so it's all cyclical. We'll be fine. We'll find a way out of it. We do. That's what we do. But the road to get there is not great. It's not
Right.
fun.
And this is why I talk about the market all the time too. I know maybe some people don't get it. I think most people do, but I know people don't really want to look at the market. They want to look at crypto. They want to look at JPEG. And I know the whole last stream I had was all market talk. So I understand if you're upset, that's fine. But the reason why is because the market is going to do well first, and then Bitcoin will do well.
Right.
And then Cardano will do well. So all I'm trying to do is look at the leading indicators, or at least this is what I think the leading indicator is, right? Because if we can change the bullish narrative or the bear narrative, then we have one of the major narrative changes down. We have it fixed. So we'll have to see. It's going to be very interesting. And Powell came out. He spoke. I think this was the day, and it fell, and then we just bounced ever since. We never even went through the low. And he said more or less of the same thing. He was like, yeah, we're going to hold interest rates here. We may go a little bit higher. We're still trying to get inflation down to 2%. Some people were hoping that he would say 3 and try to like go up a little higher. And he also said we're going to keep rates probably higher for longer. So basically we're just going to marinate, whatever, in this like higher rate environment for a bit, which isn't even that bad. If you look at rates historically, just in, I think it was like 2012 or 2011. I don't know. Rates were like 10% or something.
Yeah.
So for rates to be at 5.5% to 6% is not even that bad. We're just not used to it because we've just lived through 1% to 0% interest rates for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So right now it just looks crazy, and we raise those rates at the fastest pace we ever have.
Yeah. I honestly hate election times, and the only thing that I'm thinking is like, so next year's an election. It's also supposed to be like the halving, right? Which is going to be
the halving's around May time next year.
Right, May or June, right? And so the election will be in November. To be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if like the bull run started in 25.
Well, people are going to be anticipating some things, but what I'm wondering is, does the overall bearish narrative stay while Bitcoin halves? And then does that halving become a non-event because of that? And then it's a delayed effect? Or do people know, in quotes, that Bitcoin is going to do well for the halving, and they're going to start buying now in anticipation?
I think it really just depends on what happens with the economy.
I think so too.
The economy has a huge thing, like, right? So, and everybody's coming out with their digital like currency. It's been talked about, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's going to happen with this election? There's a lot of real world shit.
There's no way Biden wins, right?
There's no way. I don't think there is.
I'm not saying Trump wins, right? But I'm just saying there's no way Biden wins, right?
Well, Trump's going to get the nomination. There's no way he's not. He's leading the polls by like 50 or 60 points.
Who?
He's leading the polls.
No, who?
Trump, Donald
Oh,
Trump.
okay. By
So
like
he's leading the
1
polls
point.
to get the nomination over any other candidate. You know what I'm saying? And the left is so fucking stupid because all they did by giving him all these indictments and shit is make him a martyr. That's all they did.
I said the same thing because there's a lot
All
of
they
people on
did.
my side of the family too that want to see Trump win and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, bro, if they would have just left him alone, he wouldn't be like trending on Twitter. He wouldn't be like walking through the streets of Atlanta or whatever it was when he got indicted. It's like you're just giving this guy a free parade.
And it's like, no joke. Like, to be honest with you, bigger than Nelson Mandela right now.
You think
Is what
Trump?
I would say. Trump, yeah, he would
Yeah.
be, as far as martyrdom and other things like that, like probably considered on the same step as Nelson Mandela.
Yeah. And I mean, people needed a Nelson Mandela back then because he was kind of, trying to promote peace through, not violence. And I think Trump kind of fits the narrative that we have right now because people are sick of being told you can't say this, you can't say that. And
Right.
Trump's just, out there saying whatever the hell he wants as the president, like
Right.
the person who's supposed to be politically correct. So he kind of fits that frustrated American vibe right now.
Yeah, and I'm
people
gonna
are
be
down
honest with
bad.
you. His first term was good, like, right, for our wallets and everything was doing really well. But I don't think he understands the absolute level of corruption that is involved in the government.
You think he did, or you don't think we do?
I don't think he did.
Mm.
And I don't even think most Americans did.
I mean, he's a businessman. He knows corruption's everywhere.
Yeah, but most of these Republicans that are in office are in bed with the Democrats, right? Both sides have a common interest of money.
Of course.
Right? So if you look at the top Republicans, they're just as bad as the top Democrats. I mean, that's just the way it is. And so they're all in bed together. Like, that's just the way it is.
JD thinks that Dems will get Hillary, Michelle,
so
or someone.
funny.
I'm telling you, they're not going to get a woman to fight against Trump. And I'm not even being sexist. I just think it failed one time. So they're just not going to allow it to happen again.
Not only that, but if you look at it, like Hillary, her husband was Bill Clinton. Michelle, what was her husband? Oh, Obama. Plus Michelle, I don't know if you remember this. She made the worst school lunches in the history ever, period, end of story. My kids come home every day hungry.
Yep.
Hungry. Like, I'm like, what did you have? We had celery sticks and meatloaf.
I get that you're trying to be healthy, but you got to give them something to eat, man. I used to fall asleep in my classes and they would always email my teachers like, why is he falling asleep? And I would just be, I don't know, I just feel exhausted. Like I wake up and I'm just exhausted. And I would only feel energy once I ate, but the lunch didn't come until the second to last period, so I would start I told my teacher I would stay awake in her class and she would let me eat in her class. And so she said okay, and it worked for a while. It worked for a while.
But then he brought in the ribs and caught that itis and was falling asleep in class again.
Well, then she started teaching geometry, and I'm just not good with shapes, so I just went to bed.
No,
I couldn't do it. It just put me to sleep.
I don't know. I understand how Trump is polarizing and other things like that, but to be quite honest with you, like, I think maybe he learned a little bit more from his first term as president than this time around. And I really feel like if we want to get rid of some of the toxicity on both sides of the aisle, he would be the person to do it.
It's really hard to get rid of the opposing side because as soon as one or the other win, then the other side is going to create a false narrative that's going to push things in a certain direction. Like, I think people really want to say Trump is racist. They really want to say that he caused this divide in people. But like, he wasn't going out there trying to create a divide. He would go out there and he might, if you want to say, he might have like the MAGA-ers, like go out there and say whatever they're going to say. And you can maybe make an argument that some of them or most of them, whatever you want to say, are racist. But overall, that's not what he went out there to seek out to do. You can't pin that on him, in my opinion. I don't think you can pin, like, if I went out there and I was just like, hey, like kind of like the Andrew Tate scenario where he's like trying to raise up men, but then you'll say like, oh, he's demonizing women because a lot of the people that believe in him have gone out and done horrible things against women. It's like, well, that wasn't the goal. Like, you know what I mean? And can you even say that these people did bad things to women because they believed in Tate? Or do you think they did bad things to women verbally, whatever, and then said that they were part of Tate to try to bring him down? And the other side, you know, this is a conspiracy, but like, I believe the other side pays people to be fake Trump supporters and then do bad things to make him look bad and make supporters look bad. I 100% believe that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I just don't think there's any getting rid of it. It's just the other side not happy that they lost. So they're just going to make you look as bad as possible.
Yeah.
It's like getting away with defamation.
But like, I don't know. I know that I have to go. I have to be at the meeting at 2. And I got like 25 minutes to get ready and get there. Any thoughts on JPEG? I don't care about JPEG. You know why? Because I'm blocked off from it. That's why. And I don't care.
Yeah. Going to be listening to sex. I mean, that's great. That is great. I'll try to probably buy some, but I won't be able to get any, you know, through the pre-sale, which really sucks. I mean, you could try to use a VPN, you know, whatever you want to try to do, but I don't know. Yeah. Also, it was supposed to come out forever ago, and now it's finally coming out. So I don't know.
So
it could have lost some of its hype.
Floor's at 284, and it looks like they minted another 200 or 300 since we started. So not bad. I thought it would be quicker.
I think the floor, if I had to make a guess, based off of how it's holding and how many are still being minted, the floor is probably going to slowly increase over the next few hours, if I had to guess. But I'm not sure if it's going to be worth buying to sell because of the fees. So even if you bought this at 284 and it goes to, let's say, 350, after fees, you might make 10 to 15 ADA. And then if you really wanted to hold, like, I don't see these going to 600 or 700.
No.
You know? So I just don't think they're profitable. I don't think they'll necessarily lose you money, but I don't think they're profitable right now. That's just my thoughts. And yeah, same thing for JPEG. You know, it sucks that the US can't be a part of it, but I understand why they're doing it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. But you got to go.
Yeah, I got to get out of here. I got to go. I got to get out of here.
All right, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate all of the viewers. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Remember to get outside, see your friends, see your family. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys. Peace.